Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something today. When a woman truly understands her worth, she refuses to settle for being treated as an afterthought. A woman who knows her value doesn't run after someone who can't even recognize the treasure standing before him. She understands that her presence is a gift, her love is a privilege, and her time is too costly to be wasted on someone who does not see her shine. A woman of value knows that desperation is not in her DNA. She does not beg for attention because she understands that true love does not require begging. She does not compete for a place in someone's heart because she knows her rightful place is already reserved for someone strong enough to cherish her. When you chase a man, you are silently saying, "My value is not enough to be chosen." But when you stand tall, when you carry yourself with dignity, when you walk in confidence, the right man will recognize what you carry and step forward with honor. A woman who values herself sets standards, and she never apologizes for them. She doesn't lower her crown to make others comfortable. She doesn't dilute her strength to attract weak love. She understands that the wrong man will never recognize her worth, but the right one won't need convincing. So if you've been chasing, stop running. If you've been begging, stop pleading. If you've been crying over someone who doesn't see you, wipe your tears. You are not designed to chase, because queens do not chase servants of distraction. Queens attract kings by knowing who they are. A woman who values herself doesn't chase, she chooses. She doesn't run after, she waits with power. She doesn't beg, she commands respect. And the one who is meant for her will see her, honor her, and pursue her. There comes a time in every woman's life when she must look herself in the mirror and ask, "Who am I? What do I deserve?" The answer to that question determines the entire direction of her relationships, her choices, and her future. A woman who does not recognize her worth will always find herself running, chasing, begging, and pleading for things that should already be hers. A woman who knows her value will never allow desperation to dictate her actions. She stands in the assurance of her identity, and she knows that what is meant for her will never require her to lose herself to obtain it. Desperation is dangerous because desperation convinces you to compromise. Desperation whispers lies that say, "If I don't chase him, I'll lose him. If I don't lower my standards, never be chosen. If I don't beg for his love, someone else will take my place." But self-worth silences those lies. Worth reminds you that the one who is truly for you will never need you to crawl just to be kept. Self-worth says, "I am enough as I am." If you cannot see it, then you are not the one for me. When a woman is desperate, she moves out of fear. Fear of being alone, fear of rejection, fear of never being loved. And fear will always lead to poor decisions. Fear will have you giving your heart to someone unworthy. Fear will have you tolerating disrespect just so you won't feel abandoned. Fear will make you trade your crown for crumbs, hoping someone will notice you. A woman who carries self-worth does not operate in fear. She operates in faith. Faith that her life is valuable, faith that her presence matters, faith that she deserves a love that does not need to be forced. Think about it. The sun never chases anyone. It rises with power. It shines with brilliance. And those who value it position themselves to receive its warmth. A woman of worth is the same way. She doesn't run after those who walk away. She stands in her brilliance, knowing that the right people will recognize her light. Desperation chases, but dignity attracts. When you understand your self-worth, you stop overextending yourself for people who give you the bare minimum. You stop sending late night messages to someone who doesn't reply. You stop lowering your standards just to fit into a relationship that was never meant for you. Instead, you start protecting your heart. You know your love is not cheap. Your time is not free. Your presence is not ordinary. And anyone who cannot see your value is not worthy of access to you. Self-worth teaches you patience. Desperation says, "I need it now, even if it's wrong." Self-worth says, "I'd rather wait for what's right than settle for what's wrong." Desperation says, "I'll take anyone as long as I'm not alone." Self-worth says, "I would rather walk alone in peace than be with someone who makes me question my value." Desperation says, "I will chase until I am chosen." Self-worth says, "I don't chase, I choose." Many women confuse love with desperation. They believe that if they try harder, give more, and bend further, then maybe love will stay. But real love does not come through desperation. Real love comes through alignment. You don't have to chase the one who is meant to be in your life. You don't have to beg the one who is designed to cherish you. What belongs to you will not run from you, and what runs from you was never meant to stay. Self-worth is not arrogance, and it is not pride. It is the quiet confidence of knowing who you are and refusing to accept less than you deserve. It is standing tall when others expect you to bow. It is walking away when others expect you to cling. It is saying, I am worthy of love. I will not sacrifice my dignity to keep it. When a woman lives in desperation, she becomes blind to her own beauty. She overlooks her own strength. She forgets her own gifts. She becomes so consumed with trying to win someone's approval that she loses her own. But when she embraces her worth, she sees herself clearly. She recognizes her beauty even when no one compliments her. She recognizes her strength even when no one applauds her. She recognizes her value even when others take her for granted. This is the shift when you value yourself. You stop running after those who don't care if you stay. You stop crying over doors that close because you know that closed doors are divine protection. You stop begging people to make space for you because you realize that you were never meant to force your way into anyone's life. Your value will open doors that chasing never could. A woman with self-worth walks with a certain grace. She speaks with confidence. She makes decisions with clarity. She carries herself like someone who knows that her time is precious, her love is sacred, and her soul is priceless. She doesn't waste years chasing someone who cannot love her. She doesn't allow her heart to be broken over and over again by someone who refuses to change. She chooses herself because she understands that choosing herself is the first step to being truly loved by another. Desperation will always leave you empty, but self-worth will always keep you full. Desperation seeks validation from others, but self-worth validates itself. Desperation clings to what is toxic. Self-worth releases what is harmful. Desperation lowers your head, but self-worth keeps your crown in place. Stop chasing. Stop running after someone who doesn't see you. Stop giving your heart to someone who doesn't value it. Stop crying over someone who doesn't deserve your tears. Stop begging to be chosen when you were created to be celebrated. Walk in your worth. Stand in your value. Live in your dignity. Because when you truly know who you are, you won't chase anything or anyone. Instead, you will attract the right people, the right love, and the right future because desperation may chase, but self-worth always wins. Love is one of the most powerful forces in the world, but it is also one of the most misunderstood. Too many people, especially women who long to be seen, end up exhausting themselves by running after love that was never meant to run away in the first place. Let me tell you this with all the conviction in my soul. Love should not be chased. If it is real, if it is true, if it is ordained, it will not require you to chase it down the street like it's trying to escape you. Love that runs is not love at all. It is attention. It is infatuation. It is a game, but it is not love. When you find yourself chasing someone, what you are really saying is, you are the prize and I am unworthy unless you validate me. But love is not about competition, and it is not about proving yourself to someone who is blind to your worth. The moment you start running after love, you step out of your dignity and into desperation, and desperation can make you accept almost anything, even when it dishonors you. Love should flow naturally, like a river that finds its way to the ocean. It should not be something you have to beg for, or constantly demand. If you are always chasing, then it's not love you're after, it's validation. Love, when it is real, does not make you beg to be chosen. It does not make you fight to be noticed. It does not place you in a position where you must compromise your value just to remain in someone's life. Chasing love is exhausting because you are running after something that should already be running toward you. Think about it, true love is a mutual pursuit. It is not one person begging for attention while the other casually gives crumbs. True love meets you halfway. True love honors you, chooses you, and makes space for you. If you constantly have to chase, then you are trying to convince someone of what they should already know, that you are valuable. that you are worthy and that you deserve to be loved without question. So why do people chase love? Because they fear being alone. They believe that if they don't run after someone, they will never find love again. But loneliness is not the enemy. Settling for less than you deserve is the real enemy. Being with someone who does not honor you is more damaging than walking alone. Love is not about filling an empty space at your table. It is about sharing your table with someone who sees your worth and adds to your life. When you chase love, you are chasing something unstable, something unsure, something unwilling. But when you stand still in your confidence and your value, the right love will find its way to you. You don't have to beg for it, and you don't have to force it. The right person will recognize your value without you needing to explain, prove, or perform. Love that is chased often turns into love that is manipulated. The person you are chasing learns that they have power over you. They begin to realize, I don't have to give much because she will always run after me. And before you know it, you're trapped in a cycle of giving everything and receiving nothing. You pour out, nothing is poured back into you. You invest, but you see no return. That is not love. That is exploitation dressed in the disguise of romance. Real love is balanced. It is give and take. It is mutual respect. It is two people meeting each other with open hearts. Not one person running while the other sits back and waits to be caught. You are not a hunter, and love is not your prey. You are not supposed to spend your life running after someone who doesn't even want to be caught. Think about the stories we often hear. Woman bends over backward, sacrifices everything, lowers her standards, and spends years chasing a man who is never sure about her. She gives her all, only for him to walk away and give someone else what she begged him for. Why? Because love that has to be chased is never sustainable. If someone truly loves you, they will not make you chase them. They will meet you, they will value you, and they will show you. Love is not meant to make you lose yourself. It is meant to reveal more of who you are. Chasing love causes you to compromise your dignity, but true love confirms your dignity. Chasing love makes you question your worth, but true love affirms your worth. Chasing love leaves you tired and drained. True love energizes you and makes you feel alive. You must understand this truth. If someone wants to be in your life, they will make it clear. You won't have to beg for their time. You won't have to fight for their attention. You won't have to chase them down for their love. They will be consistent, they will be intentional, and they will pursue you with respect. That is love. Anything less is confusion. And confusion is not love. Love should not be chased because love is not a race. Love is not about proving you can keep up. Love is not about begging for someone to stay. Love is about walking side by side, equally invested, equally present, equally committed. If you're doing all the chasing, then you are in a race by yourself. And that is not love, it's illusion. A woman who chases love will always feel like she is not enough. But a woman who understands that love should never be chased will stand in her worth and wait for love to pursue her. And hear me clearly, waiting does not mean doing nothing. Waiting means growing, building, and preparing yourself to receive the kind of love that honors you. Waiting means standing in dignity while trusting that the right person will not require you to compromise. Waiting means choosing yourself until someone comes who chooses you as well. Love is not meant to be forced. It is meant to be free. The love that is real will flow towards you without you having to beg, bargain, or chase. The love that is real will not run from you. It will run to you. The love that is real will not leave you in confusion. It will bring you clarity. The love that is real will not make you feel desperate. It will make you feel secure. So stop chasing. Stop begging. Stop running after someone who doesn't even recognize your value. Love is not meant to be hunted down. It is meant to be received. You are not designed to chase what is already yours. You are designed to stand in your worth and let love find you where you are. Because love should never be chased. Love should be chosen, honored, and freely given. There is something powerful about a woman who knows her standards and refuses to compromise them. Standards are not restrictions, they are protections. They are the guardrails that keep you from falling into places that would destroy your spirit. They are the boundaries that preserve your heart, your mind, your body, and your soul. When you live without standards, you open yourself to anything. But when you live with standards, you declare to the world, I know my worth and I refuse to settle for less than I deserve. Standards protect dignity, and dignity is the crown every woman should refuse to remove. A woman sets her standards. She is not being arrogant. She is being wise. She is not pushing people away. She is filtering out those who were never meant to stay. Standards are not about being too picky, as some might say. They are about knowing who you are and refusing to shrink yourself to fit into someone else's small perception of you. Without standards, anyone can walk into your life, take advantage of you, use you, and leave you broken. With standards, you protect your heart from being placed in careless hands. Dignity is not something that can be bought. It is not something someone else can give you. Dignity is your birthright. It is the sacred value that comes with knowing you are worthy of respect, but dignity can be lost when you continuously accept less than what you deserve. Every time you lower your standards to keep someone who refuses to rise, you hand over a piece of your dignity. Every time you tolerate disrespect just to avoid being alone, you chip away at your own crown. Every time you allow yourself to be treated as an option rather than a priority, you diminish your value in your own eyes. But when you enforce your standards, you guard your dignity like a queen guards her throne. You remind the world that you are not desperate, you are not disposable, and you are not easily manipulated. A woman with standards carries herself differently. She does not allow sweet words to distract her from a man's actions. She does not allow temporary affection to blind her to long-term patterns. She does not allow flattery to take the place of consistency. She knows that words can be cheap, but actions reveal the truth. Standards protect you from people who only want to take but never give. Standards protect you from people who see you as an option rather than a priority. Standards protect you from relationships that look like love but feel like confusion. Standards protect you from wasting years of your life on someone who never intended to build with you. Without standards, you can lose yourself in relationships that drain you. With standards, you preserve your dignity and protect your future. Do not confuse standards with walls. Wall shuts everyone out, but standards allow the right ones in while keeping the wrong ones away. Standards are not about perfection, they are about alignment. They are not about expecting someone flawless, they are about expecting someone willing. Standards are about expecting honesty, respect, faithfulness, and effort, because anything less will eventually break you. A woman with standards is not afraid of being alone. She understands that solitude is better than suffering. She knows that peace is better than chaos. She knows that her dignity is worth more than being in a relationship that diminishes her. People may call her too strong, or too demanding, or too difficult, but she knows she is simply guarding her dignity. Because when a woman has no standards, she becomes vulnerable to manipulation. But when a woman enforces her standards, she commands respect. Lowering your standards does not keep love, it only delays heartbreak. If someone refuses to meet the standards that protect your dignity, it is not a sign to lower them, it is a sign to let that person go. The right one will never ask you to compromise your dignity to be loved. The right one will see your standards as guidance, not punishment. The right one will rise to meet them, not pressure you to lower them. A woman who knows her worth understands that her standards are not negotiable when it comes to her dignity. She refuses to accept dishonesty because she knows trust is the foundation of love. She refuses to accept disrespect because she knows she is worthy of honor. She refuses to accept inconsistency because she knows love should not be confusing. She refuses to accept neglect because she knows her presence is too valuable to be overlooked. These standards are not barriers, they are protections. They shield her heart from being destroyed by someone who does not know how to handle it. People who do not respect your standards will always try to shame you into lowering them. They will call you difficult. They will say you are asking for too much. They will try to convince you that your standards are unrealistic. But that is because they want the benefits of your presence without the responsibility of respecting you. Do not fall into the trap of thinking your standards are the problem. Your standards are not the problem. People unwilling to rise to them are the problem. When you guard your dignity with standards, you also teach others how to treat you. You send a message that you will not tolerate being lied to, used, or mistreated. You send a message that you deserve respect, loyalty, and consistency. And people either rise to that message or remove themselves from your life. Either way, your dignity remains intact. Some people fear that setting standards will leave them lonely, but the truth is, standards don't leave you lonely, they leave you free. Free from toxic love, free from broken promises, free from endless cycles of heartbreak, free from wasting your time on people who were never meant for you. Standards may filter your options, but they also protect your destiny. Your dignity is your crown, and your standards are what keep it from slipping. A crown doesn't belong on the floor, it belongs on your head. If someone cannot treat you like the queen you are, then they have no business in your palace. Never apologize for having standards. Never apologize for protecting your dignity. Never apologize for refusing to be treated as less than you are. Because when you protect your dignity with standards, you are not just guarding your present. You are securing your future. You are preserving your peace. You are honoring the woman you are and the woman you are becoming. Stand tall in your standards because they are not chains that bind you. They are wings that lift you. They will carry you away from those who don't deserve you and closer to the one who will honor you. Standards protect dignity, and dignity is worth more than temporary affection, more than false promises, and more than any relationship that requires you to sacrifice yourself. Hold your standards high, guard your dignity fiercely, and never forget this truth. A woman who protects her dignity through her standards will never lose, because dignity will always outlast desperation, and respect will always outshine temporary attention. One of the greatest truths a woman can embrace is this: the right man will never overlook her worth. He will not need convincing, he will not need to be begged, and he will not need to be pressured into seeing what she carries. A man who is truly meant for her will recognize her value without hesitation. He will not treat her as an option. He will not treat her presence as something common. He will see her as a blessing, a gift, a partner worth protecting, and he will respond with honor. The wrong man will always make you feel like you are too much or not enough, too emotional, too demanding, too independent, too difficult. The wrong man will minimize your value because he doesn't have the capacity to handle it. But the right man, the one with vision, the one with maturity, the one with the heart to love, will recognize your worth the moment he encounters it. He will not see your strength as a threat, but as a treasure. He will not see your standards as obstacles, but as guidance. He will not see your dreams as competition, but as inspiration. The right man will understand that a woman of value is not ordinary. She is not like everyone else. She carries grace, strength, wisdom, and resilience. She carries battles she has fought and victories she has won. She carries scars that tell stories of survival. She carries love that is deep, compassion that is endless, and vision that is powerful. And when the right man comes along, he will not dismiss these qualities. He will cherish them. Recognition is powerful because when someone recognizes your value, they treat you differently. They handle you with care. They protect your heart. They honor your presence. They invest in your dreams. They support your vision. The right man does not see a woman of value as a burden. He sees her as a partner. He understands that her presence elevates his life, and he does not take that for granted. But here's the mistake many women make. They waste their energy trying to force the wrong man to recognize their worth. They spend years begging someone blind to see what should be obvious. They pour out love. They sacrifice their peace. They endure disrespect, hoping that one day he will open his eyes. Hear this truth: if he does not recognize your value, it is not your job to convince him. Recognition cannot be forced. It must come from a heart and mind that are ready to see. The right man will not make you chase him. He will pursue you with intention. He will not make you question your place in his life. He will make it clear through his actions that he values you. The right man will not give you mixed signals. He will not keep you in confusion. He will not play with your emotions. He will be consistent, he will be reliable, and he will be secure in his choice. When a man recognizes a woman's value, he steps up. He does not shrink back. He does not hesitate. He understands that a woman of worth is not something to gamble with. He knows she is rare, and he treats her accordingly. He invests time, energy, because he knows she is worthy of those things. He doesn't see her as someone to pass time with. He sees her as someone to build a life with. Recognition is not just about words, it is about action. The wrong man may flatter you with empty promises, but his actions will betray him. The right man aligns his actions with his words. He shows up when he says he will. He keeps his promises. He doesn't just say he values you. He demonstrates it. He invests in your growth. He celebrates your wins, and he stands with you in your struggles. The right man will never compete with you. He will not be intimidated by your success, your vision, or your strength. Instead, he will celebrate it. He will encourage you to rise higher, to pursue your purpose, to walk boldly in your calling. He will not try to dim your light. He will help you shine even brighter. That is the recognition of value. The wrong man will drain you, but the right man will pour into you. The wrong man will break your spirit. The right man will build it. The wrong man will waste your time, but the right man will redeem it. The wrong man will make you question yourself. The right man will affirm you. And here's the truth, you don't have to beg for that kind of love. When the right man comes, he will bring it naturally. Right man will also understand responsibility. He knows that having a woman of value by his side is not something to play with. He knows it requires maturity, faithfulness, and commitment. He knows that love is not just about feeling, it is about choices. And he will choose you every day, not out of obligation, but out of recognition of your worth. This is why you must never lower your standards to keep someone who refuses to recognize you. If a man cannot see your worth now, he will not suddenly see it later. If he does not honor you today, he will not honor you tomorrow. Stop waiting for the wrong man to open his eyes and start trusting that the right man will see you the moment he meets you. You are not invisible. Your worth is not hidden. You do not need to beg to be seen. The right man will recognize you without you having to shout, beg, or prove yourself. You do not have to audition for love. You are already enough. So protect your dignity by holding firm to your standards. Don't waste time trying to convince someone who cannot see. Stop crying over someone who treats you like an option. Stop begging someone to value what they were too blind to appreciate. If they cannot see your worth, release them, because the right one will. The right man will recognize your value, and when he does, he will treat you like the queen you are. He will not be perfect, but he will be present. He will not have all the answer, but he will be willing to grow. He will not be flawless, but he will be faithful. And most importantly, he will never let you forget your worth. So hold your head high, wear your crown with confidence. Guard your heart with wisdom, and trust that when the right man comes, you won't have to run, you won't have to beg, and you won't have to explain your value. He will see it, he will honor it, and he will pursue you with the love and respect you deserve, because the right man always recognizes value. There is a profound difference between chasing and attracting. Chasing says, I am desperate for your attention. I will run after you until you notice me. Attracting says, I know who I am, I know what I carry, and I refuse to move out of position. If you are meant to be in my life, you will recognize me where I stand. And this is the mindset every woman must embrace. Queens don't chase, they attract. A queen understands her value. She knows her worth. She knows her presence is not ordinary. A queen does not run after anyone because she is too secure in who she is to beg for what already belongs to her. When you are a queen, you do not lower your crown to be accepted. You do not step off your throne to chase validation. You do not compromise your dignity to be noticed. You stand in your strength, in your beauty, and in your grace, and the right things, the right opportunities, the right people, and the right love will be drawn to you. Chasing is the behavior of the insecure. It says, if I do not run after it, it will not come to me. But attraction is the fruit of confidence. It says, I am enough. What is meant for me will find me, because I carry a presence too powerful to be ignored. Queens don't exhaust themselves chasing people who are running away. Queens know that if someone walks away, it's not their loss, it's that person's loss. Queen does not run after someone who cannot recognize the treasure standing before them. Chasing drains you, but attracting empowers you. When you chase, you constantly feel tired, unseen, and unworthy. But when you attract, you remain full, peaceful, and confident. The difference lies in where you place your value. Chasing says, I need you to see me so I can feel valuable. Attracting says, I already know my value, and the right one will see it without me having to prove it. A queen is magnetic because she knows her worth. Her confidence is magnetic. Peace is magnetic. Her standards are magnetic. Her dignity is magnetic. She does not run after attention, yet attention comes to her. She does not beg for love, yet love recognizes her. She does not chase validation, yet validation flows toward her. That is the power of attraction. Too many women wear themselves out chasing what was never meant for them. They chase love, they chase approval, they chase relationships that have no foundation. Queens don't do that. Queens understand that what runs from them was never meant to stay with them. They don't waste years running after a man who can't see their worth. They don't waste tears begging someone to stay. They don't lose their dignity trying to hold on to what is already slipping away. Queens know that anything they have to chase was never theirs to begin with. Instead of chasing, queens position themselves. They sit on their thrones with strength and clarity. They live with purpose. They build their lives. They walk in dignity, and they trust that what belongs to them will always find its way to them. Attraction is not about manipulation. It is about authenticity. When you live true to who you are, when you walk with self-respect, when you carry yourself like a woman of value, you naturally attract people who respect and honor you. Chasing says, I will change who I am to get your love. Attracting says, I will remain true to who I am, and the right love will come to me. Chasing says, I will lower my standards so you will stay. Attracting says, I will keep my standards high, and only those who can honor them will remain. Queens don't adjust their crowns to make others comfortable. They don't water down their strength to attract weak love. They don't silence their voices to gain attention. They remain firm. That firmness draws the right people into their lives. When you chase, you compromise your dignity. You allow yourself to be treated as less than you are because you fear losing what you're running after. But when you attract, you preserve your dignity. You wait with grace, knowing that nothing meant for you will ever pass you by. Queens don't fear missing out because they understand that their destiny is secure. Think of the sun. The sun does not chase anything. It shines, it radiates, and it gives warmth. And in its brilliance, everything that needs it naturally turns toward it. Flowers open because of it. Life is sustained because of it. And the earth flourishes under it. The sun does not chase, it attracts. A queen is like that sun. She doesn't run after anyone. She stands in her brilliance. And the right one, the one who values her, will draw near. A woman who chases will always feel unappreciated, but a woman who attracts will always feel secure. A woman who chases often ends up broken. A woman who attracts ends up honored. A woman who chases waits for someone to validate her. A woman who attracts validates herself and lets others come into alignment with that truth. Attraction is not about looks alone. Beauty might draw someone's eyes, but value keeps their heart. Attraction is about presence. It is about the energy you carry when you know who you are. It is about the confidence that radiates when you no longer beg for acceptance. It is about the peace that surrounds you when you stop running after what was never meant for you. The queen's secret is that she understands she is not for everyone. She is not trying to be universally accepted. She knows that not everyone will see her worth, but she also knows that the right ones will never overlook it. Queens don't chase because they know chasing dishonors their dignity. Queens attract because they know attraction honors their value. Stop running. Stop chasing love that keeps slipping through your fingers. Stop begging people who don't deserve your presence. Stop compromising your worth to hold on to what is not meant for you. You are a queen, and queens do not chase, they attract. Stand firm in your worth. Walk in your purpose. Live with dignity. Shine in your brilliance. And watch as the right people, the right opportunities, and the right love are drawn to you without you ever needing to chase them down. Because when you are a queen, you don't run after the crown. You wear it. When you wear it, the world cannot help but recognize it. Queens don't chase attention, they command respect. Queens don't chase love, they attract commitment. Queens don't chase validation, they radiate confidence. Queens don't chase men, they attract kings.